welcome to another of Cosette's Enchanted Journeys. I am Jenny, the storytelling genie, here with Cosette, the crafty cat, who uses her magic to whisk us away on my flying carpet to a wonderful place where we can share a story together. And then we go and do something else that's a lot of fun. Maybe we'll make a craft, or maybe we'll play dress up. You just never know what's coming next. Cosette and I were just talking before you popped into the lamp about what kind of story we might want to read today. Sometimes it's hard to choose because we have so many options, and I just love books. So I think for today, we might do a couple of short stories and bundle them all together. They're all from a collection of Dr. Seuss books, so those are a lot of fun to read together. Would you like to go and do that with us now? What do you think, Cosette? Ready to whisk us away on the magic carpet? Do you know the words? Let's rub our hands together and say, I wish to go on an enchanted journey, and away we go. And welcome. Today I have a collection of a few stories in this book here that I really enjoy, but we're only going to read a couple. And the first one we're going to read is Put Me in the Zoo. I really enjoy this story by Robert Lopshire, and I hope that you enjoy it too. I will go into the zoo. I want to see it. Yes, I do. I would like to live this way. This is where I want to stay. Will you keep me in the zoo? I want to stay in here with you. We do not want you in the zoo. Out you go, out, out with you. Why did they put me out this way? I should be in. I want to stay. Why should they put you in the zoo? What good are you? What can you do? What good am I? What can I do? Now here is one thing I can do. Look, now all his spots are blue. And now his spots are orange. Say, he looks very good that way. Now look at this, what do you see? Green spots as green can be. Violet spots say you are good. Do more, we wish you would. I can do more, look, this is new. Blue, orange, green, and violet too. Oh, they would put me in the zoo if they could see what I can do. I can put my spots up on this ball, and I can put them on a wall. I can put them on a cat, and I can put them on a hat. I can put them on the zoo, and I can put my spots on you. Look at this now, 1, 2, 3, I can put them on a tree. And now when I say 1, 2, 3, all my spots are back on me. Look now, here is one thing more. I take my spots, I make them 4. Oh, they would put me in the zoo if they could see what I can do. I take my spots, I take them all, and I can make them very small. And now you see, I take them all, and I can make them very tall. And when I want to have more fun, I take my spots and make them 1. Yes, they should put me in the zoo, the things my spots and I can do. See, I can put them in a box. I can take them out, they look like socks. And I can put them way up high, up they go, I make them fly. I put them high up in the air. My spots fly here, my spots fly there. I call them back now, 1, 2, 3. Now all my spots are back with me. Tell me now, you two. Do you like the things I do? Tell me now, you two. Will they put me in the zoo? We like all the things you do. We like your spots. We like you too. But you should not be in the zoo. No, you should not be in the zoo. With all the things that you can do, the circus is the place for you. Yes, this is where I want to be. The circus is the place for me. The end. Did you enjoy the story of this creature and his desire to be in the zoo? I guess since I can't identify him as a type of animal, the circus might be the right place. I have one more story for you, and this one is called The Best Nest by P.D. Eastman. Mr. Bird was happy. He was so happy he had to sing. This was Mr. Bird's song. I love my house, I love my nest, in all the world my nest is best. Then Mrs. Bird came out of the house. It's not the best nest, she said. I'm tired of this old place, said Mrs. Bird. I hate it. Let's look for a new place right now. So they left the old place to look for a new one. "This place looks nice," said Mr. Bird. "Let's move in here." But somebody else had already moved in. So they looked at another house. "This one looks nice," said Mr. Bird, "and there's nobody in it." "You're wrong," said Mrs. Bird. "This house belongs to a foot." So they went on looking. "I like this one," said Mr. Bird. "It has a pretty red flag on the roof." "I've always wanted a house with a flag," said Mrs. Bird. "Maybe this place will be all right." But it was not all right. "I guess I made a mistake," said Mr. Bird. "You make too many mistakes," said Mrs. Bird. "I'm going to pick the next house, and here it is, right here." They flew in, they looked around. "Isn't it too big?" asked Mr. Bird. "I like this big place," said Mrs. Bird. "This is the place to build our new nest." They went right to work. They needed many things to build their nest. First, they got some hay. They got some soda straws and broom straws. They got some sweater string. They got some stocking string and mattress stuffing. They got some horse hair. They got some man hair. Soon they had all the hay, all the straw, all the string, all the stuffing, and all the horse hair, and all the man hair they could carry. They took it all back to build their nest. Mr. and Mrs. Bird worked very hard. It took them the rest of the morning to finish their nest. "This nest really is the best," said Mrs. Bird. "I want to stay here forever." Mr. Bird was very happy too. He flew to the top of his house and he sang his song again. "I love our house, I love our nest. In all the world, our nest is best." He was so busy singing, he didn't even see Mr. Parker coming. Every day at 12 o'clock, Mr. Parker came to the church. Mr. Parker came to pull a rope. The rope went up to the bird's new nest. The rope rang the big bell right under Mrs. Bird's nest. Bong, 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 bong. Mrs. Bird got out of there as fast as she could fly. When Mr. Bird came in, all he could see was a mess of hay and string and stuffing and horsehair and man hair and straws. Where was Mrs. Bird? "I will look for her until I find her," said Mr. Bird. He looked high, he looked low, he looked everywhere for Mrs. Bird. He looked down into a chimney, but Mrs. Bird wasn't there. He looked down into a water barrel, but Mrs. Bird wasn't there. Then he saw a big fat cat. There was a big fat smile on the fat cat's face. There were some pretty brown feathers near the fat cat's mouth. Mr. Bird began to cry. "Oh dear," he cried, "this big fat cat has eaten Mrs. Bird." Mr. Bird flew off. "I'll never see Mrs. Bird again," he cried. It was getting dark. It began to rain. It rained harder and harder. Mr. Bird could not see where he was going. Crash! Mr. Bird bumped into something. It was his old house, that old house that Mrs. Bird hated. "I'll go inside," said Mr. Bird. "I'll rest here until the rain stops." Mr. Bird went in, and there was Mrs. Bird, sitting there singing, "I love my house, I love my nest. In all the world, this nest is best." "You here?" gasped Mr. Bird. "I thought you hated this old nest." Mrs. Bird smiled. "I used to hate it," she said, "but a mother bird can change her mind, you see. There's no nest like an old nest for a brand new bird." And when the egg popped open, the new bird thought so too. The end. What did you think of our couple of stories today? You know, they had something in common. They both had to do with finding a place they belonged, didn't they? Whether it was the best nest, or the zoo, or the circus. I like stories about finding our place in this world. I hope you like them too. Are you ready to go and have some fun with me now? Want to get out of here and go do a craft or, let me think, what can we do? Oh, I have an idea for an activity. This is an idea that was submitted to me by one of my viewers who lives in South Carolina. He had an idea for making a magic rainbow with a paper towel with just some markers and some water. Would you like to do this little science experiment with me? It does make me think of our friend in the zoo with all the spots of different colors, so I think that would be a great thing for us to try today. Are you ready to go and try it with me? We're only going to need a couple of materials, some markers, paper towel, and some water. I think that's all we need, but I'll put a list up on the screen just in case. Are you ready to go? All right, let's do it. All right, for today we have a very simple and fun activity that's kind of a science experiment. And all you're going to need is a piece of paper towel, some markers of your choosing, whatever colors you like, and 2 cups with a good amount of water in them. enough that you can dip each end of your paper towel into the water. And all you're going to do is color on each side of your paper towel with the markers. And I'm going to do a rainbow because this was a suggested activity sent into Jenny the Genie by Brody down in South Carolina. Thank you, Brody. So I'm just going to go ahead and color good chunk of my paper towel with some marker. Use any colors that you like. I'm going to try and make mine look like a rainbow, so that's red. Orange is next. And it doesn't have to be perfect, like Jenny Genie says to you every time we do an activity, as long as you're having fun and you make it how you like it. And then I'm going to use my yellow. And I'm kind of overlapping because I'm going to have my rainbow kind of blend in together. Green. Nice section of green. Some blue. And then I'm going to leave just a little bit of space for some purple at the bottom. Okay, when you're finished, you should have something that looks, a little bit like this, or whichever colors you chose. We've got some colors on each side of the paper towel, as you can see. Then, you're gonna dip one end of your paper towel into 1 cup of water, and the other end into the other cup. I'm gonna have to bring my cups close together because they're tall. And then we're gonna slowly wait and see what happens. This is one of those experiments where you gotta watch and wait over time. You see anything happening yet? See some colors starting to come up the paper towel. You gotta let it work its magic. I'm just getting an extra piece of paper towel so that I can pull my rainbow out here in a minute and show it to you. Should be almost done. Might have to dip a little bit further. If you have a smaller cup, these are very tall cups, smaller cups might work a little better, but I think you'll be able to see what we're doing here. I'm gonna pull it up. And as you might be able to see, we have this beautiful rainbow paper towel. Isn't that pretty? Now again, my cups are a little tall, so I have this bit of paper towel in the center that hasn't gotten yet. I'm gonna try, see if I can get it all in there for you. Maybe I have to dip one end a little further down. My cups are just a little too tall. If you have a smaller white clear cup, so you can see the color in action, that would work really great. Okay, I think I got it now. There we go. I'll lift it out, and again, it's a wet paper towel. You want to be careful as you pick it up. I got mine all tangled. There we go. And it made this beautiful tie-dyed colored paper towel. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And I didn't have to color that all in. The water and the markers did that. Isn't that neat? Thank you, Brody, for sharing this wonderful science experiment idea with us so that we could see how that works. That's very simple and a lot of fun, and anybody can do that. I have one more thing I want to show you for today. Since we were also talking about the best nest, I have found some nests in my neighborhood, and I'd like to show them to you. So let's take a look at that now. All right, now you should never pick up nests in the yard without a parent's permission, but I found these nests in my yard, and I'd like to share them with you. Look at that. Isn't it neat how birds take twigs and fuzz and dirt and all kinds of things, and they make this little circular home for themselves. It looks cozy and warm, doesn't it? And it's very soft, actually. I could see how they would like spending some time nestled up in there as a home. And I found one other one that's really special too. And again, you should never pick these up without a parent's permission. This one had a robin egg in it that never hatched. Can you see that? Isn't it neat how they're that pretty blue color? Do you remember in our story, The Best Nest, how there was a robin egg that was a little blue and it hatched in their old nest? And there you go, that's a robin egg. I think it's very neat how they're blue and yet the robins are brown. How does that work, I wonder? Imagine if we came out of blue eggs. It'd be kind of silly. So anyways, there's just a couple examples of some bird nests. These ones are very similar. They're probably built by the same bird. Can you imagine what a bigger bird nest might look like? Do you think that ostriches have nests or emus? I might have to look that up and find out. Maybe we can find some examples of nests in nature. Let's take a look. Ostrich and emu nests are simple structures, typically trampled grass or shallow depressions in the ground. Sometimes they're lined with leaves or grasses. These are emu eggs. Aren't they interesting colors? And this is a hummingbird nest. And here we have a blackbird nest, and again, look at the pretty colored eggs. Here's a white stork tending to her nest and her babies. This is a weaver bird nest. Kind of looks like honeycomb to me. And here is a seagull nesting on a structure up high. Look at those cute babies. This bird is called the African jacana, and it lays eggs on a floating nest in the water. How cool is that? Are you ready to head back to my magic lamp? Let's go. And welcome back to the Magic Lamp, my friends. Did you enjoy our two stories today? Put Me in the Zoo and The Best Nest? I really enjoyed those as well. I enjoyed sharing with you the couple of bird nests that I found and those bird eggs. Now remember, you should never take a nest or an eggs out of a tree. I only was able to pick those up because they had been long abandoned and those baby birds weren't going to hatch. If you're not sure, you should always ask an adult before you take anything out of nature. But without taking bird nests and eggs, you can still look around your neighborhood and see if you can find them. And it's fun to listen and see if you can identify the birds just by the calls that they make. Maybe you can even get some binoculars out and a bird book and learn all about the birds that live in your area. Did you enjoy our STEM activity too? I'm so thankful that my friend Brody sent that idea to me. Thank you, Brody. We enjoyed using the marker on the paper towels and watching the magic rainbow appear. I hope that my other viewers at home enjoyed that activity. And if you want to submit something to Genie Jenny, you know how to reach me. Send me an email at cosettesenchantedjourneys@gmail.com and I'd be happy to do that activity with you or read a story of your choosing. If you'd rather write to me in the mail, my address is at the end of the show and you can send me some mail too. I hope that you take great care of yourselves. I hope you get out in nature and look for birds and listen for birds, and that you do fun science activities and enjoy being a kid. And I hope that you come back to see Cosette and me again really soon. Until we do, take care. Bye-bye.